Hey, welcome back to Newbreed Film Reviews. This is Dave, and this is episode 26, and I'm going to do a solo review and talk about the Harry Potter films. And I know they're a little bit older, and it's kind of like one of those things of like who hasn't seen the Potter films and who hasn't read the books. Excuse me. Well, I'm sure there are people who've never seen the films and didn't read any of the books, like moi, up until recently, which, my buddy at work loaned me all 8 films. I never read the books though, but he loaned me all 8 films, like I said, and I gave him a chance and sat down and watched them, and I'm gonna talk about them. So, truth be told, I was one of those people, one of those guys that kind of like, push them off to the side. Like, it's not really my typical style of like film. I like fantasy films. Like I like older flicks like, Legend, Labyrinth. Those are like old school fantasy films. I did like Pan's Labyrinth. That one was like a little bit darker. The Lord of the Rings were okay. I actually like the Hobbit movies better. So, I'm not a total hater on like fantasy flicks, but for some reason the Potter films, they just never got my attention. I just thought they were stupid. I thought they were like, lame. And, yeah, that's kind of why, I missed out on them, but I finally wound up watching them, and, I gotta say, like, they were good. They were good, and they were pretty damn entertaining. The effects were excellent. More so with the later films. Like, the first 3, since they're older, the effects weren't really that impressive. But as the films progressed, the effects got better and better. And so did the content. Like, they started off kind of kiddie. And that's probably like what turned me off with the Harry Potter films, that I view them as like very kiddie, childish, kind of films. And I like, I don't even watch Pixar films. Like, I haven't even seen, maybe I've seen like Finding Nemo. That's it. Like, so that kind of gives you some insight into the kind of movies that I avoid or I don't really care for. So I thought they were like just cheesy, corny, kiddie films. And, I was wrong. Like, they're actually, they start off like, kind of for kids, but they do have like adult themes and adult content in them. And I was actually pretty surprised. Like, there's death in them, and like I said, there's like plot twists and dialogue. It's kind of dark. There's some scenes that are dark and some themes that are dark. And, as the movies went on, that just like got amplified. And, the last 3 films were pretty damn intense. My favorite one out of the whole series was like Order of the Phoenix. I thought the effects were like amazing. That's just my favorite one. Very, very memorable movie villain, and it's gonna be Lord Voldemort. He was cool. Freaking really cool. I liked him a lot. The actor's name is Ralph Fiennes. He did a fantastic job as Lord Voldemort. Really, really cool character. So, if I can grade this series for somebody who's never seen them, and if you want to watch something that's entertaining, there's 8 films. It'll keep you occupied. An overall rating, I'm going to give the Harry Potter films, now they're not all this grade, but overall, all 8 of them combined as a whole, I'm going to give them a B+. I thought they were pretty damn good. So, that's my review on the Potter flicks. Maybe I'll change some views, and some of you listening who were hating on them and didn't give them a chance, we'll give them a shot, because you're listening to a guy who likes dark movies. I like gritty, dark, gory movies. I love sci-fi horror. And I'm not a big fantasy person. I'm not a big kids film person. And, I really enjoyed them and I would own them. I wouldn't buy them for like a crap load of money, but if I found a good deal on them, I definitely will own them. So that's my review on the Harry Potter films, and catch you next episode.